Okay, we're going to go ahead and get this meeting started. This is July the 14th, 2026. So I'll call the meeting to order. Mr. Keith Clay, if you would open us up in prayer and pledge, please, sir.
Let's pray. Dear God, I just thank you so much for all that you do for us each and every single day, Lord. We just thank you for your mercy and your grace every day and for loving us like you do. And we just thank you, Lord, for the weather, God. We know we got some storms coming in. Keep everybody safe. And Lord, we just pray for this meeting, that you will just lead, guide, and direct us and as we do the business for the city. And we love you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, thank you very much. Madam Chairman, if you would call the roll to establish a quorum, please.
Keith Clay,
Here.
Jennifer McGriff,
Here.
Joseph Hutchins,
Here.
Shane Ham,
Here.
Danny Garnett, Mayor Statham.
Here. Mr. Garnett's on vacation, so we hope he's having a wonderful time on the beach with his feet in the sand, I guess. So anyway, approval of the minutes in your packet, you have June the 23rd council meeting minutes. I looked over those. If y'all would double check, or if you've already done so, if you see any errors or anything, please let us know at this time.
I move we suspend the reading and approve the minutes.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion to suspend the reading, have a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And it's carried. Thank you very much. There's no proclamations. I would like to make a recognition. Alabama Grading and Excavation did our fireworks show for us and all, and it was absolutely spectacular, and they named it the Stars and Stripes Spectacular, and I want to personally thank them. I'm going to be recognizing them at the next council meeting. He needed some time to get all of his crew together so we could, give them a personal thank you and all, but it was really outstanding. It was the first time in the history of Southside that they did fireworks on the 4th of July. So it was very impressive. I'm very thankful for them. We were very blessed, and that was no expense to the city. It was 100% on them, including the cleanup. So they did an outstanding job, and they did that for a gift to the city, and we're very appreciative. So I just did want to recognize them and thank them personally. I don't think there was anybody that signed up to be on the agenda or anything. Okay. All right. So we'll go ahead and go into the council work session. The first department, we have Mr. Nick. How you doing, sir? Good. All right. It's going to give us our our fire report. So if you would just make sure you speak so that people can hear you online. There you go.
During the month of June, the fire department responded to 91 calls for service. The breakdown of the calls, you had 61 medical, 0 structure fires, 1 outdoor fire, 1 vehicle fire, 12 citizens assist, 5 false alarms, and 8 hazard situations for a total of 91 calls for service.
Okay. Thank you very much. We appreciate what you and your staff do. Next item is going to be a report from the police department. Mr. Thomas Hunt.
Yes, police department for the month of June, we had 378 calls, 51 animal calls, 323 traffic stops, 56 reports. We had 5 accidents, 161 citations, 163 warnings, made 23 arrests, and had 3 drug cases.
Okay. Thank you very much. Once again, we thank the police department as well and all for keeping us safe, as well as our first responders. We do appreciate you guys' service. The next item on the agenda, as far as on the work session, is a resolution for the police department to surplus 2 vehicles. This is going to be for immediate consideration. These 2 vehicles are a 22 Trail Boss and a 22 Expedition. So any discussion on that or any questions about surplusing those two vehicles? Okay, all right. So that'll be for immediate consideration here shortly. The next item for discussion is to give the authorization to the mayor to execute a contract to do a police buyout. It's for immediate consideration. As most of you are aware of, this day and age, most, if not all of your officers are on contracts. And if you leave somewhere, then they have to buy you out. Another municipality, if they move somewhere, then they have to pay us, and vice versa. When we replace somebody, if we want an experienced officer, then we have to buy out their contract. Once they come back in, we contract them again. So just to let you know that. So this is for immediate consideration. That's kind of how it works now. Any discussion on that?
No, sir.
Okay. Everybody's good to move forward? Okay. So that'll be on there for immediate consideration as well. The next item is a discussion to authorize the mayor to sign the updated participation agreement with the Municipal Workers' Compensation Fund. This does not have to be signed right away. We can approve it on the next council meeting, but it's just discussion. This is an annual update. You have that in your package as well. It's the thickest one in your package. It goes from February 1st of '27 all the way to 2028. So it's an annual agreement that we do. And so it will be on the next agenda for vote. It don't have to be immediate consideration. But any questions on that agreement?
No, sir.
Okay. All right, so it will be as an item next time to vote on. The next item is the ordinance to amend the square footage and roof pitch in the current zoning. This is the first read. I'm going to have Ms. Cindy to read that ordinance for us, please.
Essentially, it says it's an ordinance to amend zoning ordinance number 0-231-04, changing the minimum square footage and roof pitch of single-family residential structures. Do you want me to read it? Read it.
Here's the.
I want the new one, yeah. Okay, this was presented to the Planning Commission last night. They made some adjustments to it, so it actually reads, an ordinance to amend zoning ordinance 0-231-04, changing the minimum square footage and roof pitch of single-family, multifamily, and two-family residential structures. Be it ordained by the City Council of the City of Southside, Alabama as follows. Section 1, the following sections of zoning ordinance 0-231-04 are hereby amended to reflect the minimum square footage for all single-family, multifamily, and two-family residential structures, which shall be 1,600 square feet of heated and cooled area with a minimum roof pitch of 612, along with the requirement that all residential homes on properties of less than 1 acre have an attached two-car enclosed garage. It goes on to say Section 5, which is agricultural. It amends all single-family residential structures shall be 1,600 square feet heated and cooled area, along with the requirement that residential homes have a roof pitch of 612 and properties of less than 1 acre have the two-car garage. Then Section 6 is RT, Zone RT, Rural Transitional Zoning. And it is also reads that all single-family residential structures shall be 1,600 square feet heated and cooled area, along with the requirement that all single-family residential homes have the roof pitch of 612 and properties of less than 1 acre have an attached two-car enclosed garage. Section 7, which is R1, single-family residential zoning, and subsection 7.5A is hereby amended to read, all single-family residential structures shall be 1,600 square feet heated and cooled area, along with the requirement that all single-family residential homes have a roof pitch of 612, and all properties of less than 1 acre have an attached two-car enclosed garage. Section 8, R2, two-family residential zoning. And subsection 8.4 is amended to read, all two-family residential structures shall be 1,600 square feet heated and cooled area, along with a requirement that all two-family residential homes on properties of less than 1 acre have an attached two-car enclosed garage and the roof pitch of 612. Section 9 is R3, multifamily residential zoning. Subsection 9.5 is hereby amended to read, all multifamily residential structures shall be 1,600 square feet heated and cooled area, along with the requirement that all multifamily residential homes have a roof pitch of 612 and properties of less than 1 acre have an attached two-car garage. Section 16, planned development, which includes RG residential garden homes. Subsection 16.2A is hereby amended to read, all single-family residential structures shall be 1,600 square feet heated and cooled area, along with a requirement that all single-family residential homes have a roof pitch of 612 and properties of less than 1 acre have an attached two-car garage. Section 2 of this says this amendment shall include all zoning districts that are currently in the 0-231-04 zoning ordinance, including B1 and B2, which reflect the village center's single-family dwellings. Section 3, any valid pre-existing permit issued before this amendment will be addressed on an as-needed basis. Section 4, a public hearing was held on July 13th regarding the proposed construction changes of single-family dwellings as required. Section 5, the sections, paragraphs, sentences, clauses, and phrases of this ordinance are severable, and if any phrase, clause, sentence, paragraph, or section of this ordinance shall be declared unconstitutional by a court of competent jurisdiction, then such ruling shall not affect any other paragraphs and sections, since the same would have been enacted by the City Council without the incorporation of any such unconstitutional phrase, clause, sentence, paragraph, or section. This ordinance shall become effective 5 days after the duly posting of said ordinance.
Okay.
First read.
That's your first read. I do want to make it clear, it sounds like a lot, but it's only two things that's changed on the existing ordinance. That's from 1,400 square foot to 1,600 square foot and the roof pitch of 612. Everything else has to be listed in every zone. That's the reason why it seemed redundant, but that's the only two things that was approved by the Planning Commission, unanimous vote, and it's recommended for the council to approve it. We cannot approve it until a couple of weeks from now. We just do the first reading tonight, but that is the only two things that changed. It sounds like a lot, but there's only two things. So any discussion from you guys? The council? Any comments? Okay, if not, then we'll move on. Once again, that will be on the next council meeting and all. We will go back over that again. We'll make sure that if anyone has, any issues or any comments and all, we'll make sure we get those as well at that time. So the next item is going to be the discussion for the election of a pro tem in your package, or chairman or pro tem. In your package, you've got the Code of Alabama, 1975. It's Section 11-43-49, the proceedings. It is the time and place for the meetings, which is the meetings we have now. It also says that the council will determine that, as well in the absence of the mayor, that the council shall appoint a temporary chairman or pro tem, which is appointed, or the appointment shall be entered in of record. So the procedure that moves forward, basically, any council member can nominate themselves. Any council member can vote for themselves. Another council member can nominate someone. And of course, it goes to the Robert's Rules of Order, the majority rules. in that the mayor cannot choose or nominate anybody. The mayor cannot vote. I know in the past, all these things, you know, people assume a lot of things, but this is the law. I've done a lot of research, I've had, you know, attorney looked at it, I've had Cindy look through it and all. So that's, you know, that is the procedure that will happen. So, any questions on that?
I would like to make a motion to appoint Joseph Hutchins as the mayor pro tem.
Okay, all right, so I have a motion.
Second.
All right, I got a second.
Because
Yes.
new business.
Okay, all right, hold tight. Got a motion and a second. Let me go ahead, any further discussion? All right, anybody else?
Danny wanted me to bring up too, that he had the idea, and I think Shane had thought about this too, is what Danny mentioned, is possibly doing a rotation of it like the commission and the water board does. That way you don't have one person having to stay, make sure they're available all the time. If you do a rotation like 3 months, then you gotta make sure you're there those 3 months, you know, to fill in just in case, but then it'll be somebody else's turn afterwards.
Okay, any discussion on that?
I mean, can you give us, I mean, you've been on the county commission for umpteen years.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, this is
What
the
was-
council, this is y'all's choice.
I know, but
I mean, I think personally for continuity in our government, I think it's good to have one person. That's just my personal opinion. So,
All right, so let's do this first. So we'll get to that point and put it on the agenda to vote, but I'm gonna make two suggestions. One, we vote to, you know, as a group, you guys vote as if you want to rotate it, and then we'll go majority rules. The other would be nominating Joseph, unless there's anyone else who wants to volunteer or who wants to nominate somebody else.
Well, I suggest too, since this is the first reading and Danny's not here and part of the council, we might want to wait until the next meeting to actually vote on this.
if we have a motion and a second though, does it not go to a vote?
You just have to rescind it if you don't want to do it.
Yeah, so give me some advice, council.
So I'm not sure how binding it is to vote to rotate it ahead of time. I know that each new person that came in will have to give a vote for the current person to be removed from that position and a vote for the new person to be put into that position. So to vote to automatically rotate those, I'm not aware of any mechanism of the code of resource.
And that's what I read in this packet too. I wouldn't, but you clarified it. So I don't know if people online heard, if there was gonna be a rotate, there couldn't be a rotation voted on. It'd have to be at any time the council could vote someone else in, but it would have to be a majority, basically. You know, voted out and then voted in. Okay, all right, okay. All right, does that clarify, Mr. Clay? Okay. All right, so as far as putting on the agenda, then, are you writing me a note? Yes. Okay. Y'all hold tight. I got to make sure I get everything straight. Oh, yes. If there is a tie, then the mayor does vote. So if there is a tie. Okay. All right, so what we'll do, so do I have a I've got a motion and I got a second. Before that, do I have a motion to put this on as immediate consideration? New business.
Motion?
Motion, new business. Do I have a second?
second.
All right, I got a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any discussion or anybody opposed?
I'm opposed. I feel like we should wait on Danny.
Okay, so we have one opposed. The motion carries. Okay, so we'll put that on new business and then we'll go forward. Y'all threw me a curveball. All right. This next item for discussion is authorization for the mayor to execute a contract on collections of various city taxes. I'm going to ask Nikki to explain this. We have a company we've been using since 2007. And there is another company that we want to look at to see which one has the best options for the city. So Nikki, if you would elaborate, please. Hand her that mic. She's probably loud enough, though. No, go ahead.
Ooh, there we go. Yeah. Okay, so,
Why is that feedback?
yeah, is that better? No.
I think it's because you're in front of that speaker and it's feeding.
Oh, stand up.
Let's just turn it on.
All right, yell.
What it is it used to be called Avenue. Before that, it was something else. Anyway, yeah, RDS, and it's been, they change names regularly, I'm not real sure why. But the company now is called Nemo. And what they do is they collect our sales tax, occupational tax, lodging tax, seller's use tax. They collect all those for us. They charge us by transaction or by percentage, whichever is less. So they do that for us. The benefit using them versus using the state is a little more expensive, but the state also does free audits. When they do audits, they charge us for those audits by the hour. But they collect occupational tax and the state does not. So that's the biggest thing, I think, well, we're probably gonna need to stay with them for right now. We don't have the capability to collect our own occupational tax at this time. And because this contract is up, we're gonna have to assume. So, and that, I read that. So,
And it's due by the end of the month. This just gives us a couple of weeks to go through each contract and make sure we get the best bang for our buck. And, but it needs to be for immediate consideration. Because once we decide, we're gonna move forward. Does that make sense? Okay? Any discussion or questions on that?
So you're saying next meeting?
No, we're gonna need immediate consideration tonight. It just gives us enough time to get it before the next meeting so we can get the contract signed and go ahead and get it by the end of the month.
Okay.
Okay? Any questions? All right, so it'll be on there for immediate consideration. All right, the next item is discussion on the encapsulation of the city-owned property on Powell Street. This is also for immediate consideration. As you guys are aware of, I've been, trying to mitigate as much issues as we had for water going, underneath this house. I had, y'all give me authorization to spend up to $20,000. I basically need $8,800 more dollars on that, to get it encapsulated. Right now, we're at 14.2 expenditure on it. There's still a few more things to be done, gutters on each side of the house where water's coming straight down off the roof to the foundation. But this encapsulation would mitigate any waters coming under the foundation. It would have 2 sump pumps, dehumidifier. There is no mold, mildew, or anything in the house now, but it would take any waters through ditches that would be created under the encapsulation to have them pumped out under the house. I will tell you, this is a very expensive thing. It's typically it could be up to $100,000 to encapsulate something, depending on if you have damage. Fortunately, we do not have damage at this point in time. And so the goal, and I've kind of spoke with the attorney and all, we want to mitigate as much. We want to make sure we've done our due diligence legal-wise before we sell the house, that we've done everything we possibly can do to mitigate everything that we possibly can do. Once we sell the house, of course, we sell the house as is, no warranties, no guarantees. We disclose to them what we've done, why we've done it. We can show them video, we can do whatever we need to do. But in Alabama, as long as we've disclosed that and done all of our due diligence, then it's their responsibility from that point on. But we've literally taken money out of savings, put it into that, and we're not in the rental business, basically. So I'd like to get as much money out of it as we can. We got to spend a little bit more, I feel like, but that's y'all's decision. I feel like if we don't, then we're going, here in the next few years, even if we rented it out, we're going to end up with rotten floor joists. We're gonna have to replace hardwood floors. I mean, you're talking about major monies, on down the line. Fortunately, it is 4 to 5 foot high under the house, so the encapsulation would, like I said, it controls a lot of the mold and mildew and not gonna be rotting anything. But if we leave it undone, it will eventually. Discussion.
Are we still planning on trying to fix the overall drainage issue?
Yes. I've got another civil engineer who I met with last Friday, who's supposed to be coming in 2 weeks on discussion on that project. Basically saying we don't have to mitigate wetlands, that we can work around wetlands and not have to pay that $330,000 permit, that we can leave it wetlands. But we have to leave it, if that makes sense, so. And they're talking about substantial less than what was originally I don't know what that number is yet, because he has not got here. I do know they came and took pictures and drones.
But it's
I-
already a lot better than it was before.
Oh, yeah, yeah. It's not it's not what it needs to be, but this last, and I verified with Wade, in 2021, late 2021, late 2022 was the last time there was an event there at that house until this last flash flood that we had that was 2 inches of rain in 30 minutes, where it literally came up to the garage door and it went to the front yard. So it was literally that much, but within 10 minutes of it stopping, it was gone. So that's, are we gonna have that? Yes, but if we have it encapsulated, if it was to get under that foundation and come back up under the house like it has been, then it would be controlled under the encapsulation, taking it out of the house. There's nothing on the back of the house. Basically from the left of the garage, back of the house, all the way to where the crawl space is, there's nothing in that water's getting into. It's only from the left side of the garage door. And right now, we're gonna concrete that in because it looks like there's some holes. They put some rock, some, landscaping rock, it looks like, and that water's coming up to that door, seeping down in there and dropping down below the foundation. That's what they're telling me, the experts. They got me pictures, because I'm not gonna crawl underneath the house. But they got me pictures, and they've tried everything they can do. It looks like residents before. It used to have a sump pump. If you're looking at the house to the right front corner, there was a sump pump there, but it's no longer there. So I don't know if it stopped working and they pulled it out, but there used to be a sump pump under that house. But it's never been encapsulated.
So after we get it encapsulated, if that's the avenue we're going, we also have to buy gutters.
That $8,800 has gutters.
Has
included.
gutters,
Yeah.
okay, all right.
That basically puts it at $2,880.
Okay.
Would be it's what I'm requesting. This encapsulation is $12,800. And like I said, that is about, that's a big discount. The reason why we got that discount is because Amy's used them 3 times. It's AFS.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but this one guy, she's had several things done, her family's houses and all, and I said, hey, you gotta give us a favor. So that's the reason why he could do half of it for $9,800 or $9,700, but if you're gonna do it, you might as well do the whole thing.
Well, then what's our time frame once this is completed? How soon do you think we could sell that property?
I'd say we'd get that done, all that stuff done within 30 days, we put
Okay.
it on the market. And it's ever how y'all wanna put it on the market.
Yeah.
So,
Do y'all agree with that? Okay.
Do you still think we can sell that house though with water when it goes through that yard? Because I know it's happened this year, and I know it's been more recent since 21 and 22 because I've gone out there and seen it myself.
I'm just using what Wade told me, cause I don't know.
Yeah,
So I have not personally, but I've seen pictures of it.
yeah.
We've done a lot of modeling. One thing about it, with that being said, that problem was so severe, this got to be a multifaceted tackle.
Mm-hmm.
With the
Oh, no, the encapsulation's on the inside of the foundation. What I was saying is the only, according to him and one other, there's two people that looked at it. It looks like water's coming to the left of the garage where there is polished rock, like landscaping rock, not riprap, but rock. And the water, when it comes up, it gets in that rock and it's seeping under the foundation there. And they're recommending the concrete on the other side to put a slope, to put a slope down from the sidewalk going to the backyard so that it's sloping away from the house. And then on that side of the house, there's no gutter and it's dropping straight from the roof down into that area as well. So they're saying put the larger gutters on that side on both ends of the house because it's just dropping straight down to the foundation.
You know, the worst thing about water is you don't know.
You cannot control water.
Until it's not there. Definitely, gutters are absolutely number one reason that the foundations fail. So in other words, if the water flow in the house, sloping is the number two thing that we've always found. And that's not expert opinion, but we've dealt with a lot. The encapsulation is great, as long as there's a way for the water to get out of the plastic on the encapsulation. Because what will happen is it seeps through the walls, and you've got the walls that are essentially enclosed in plastic. When water will sit between the wall and the plastic, which I'm assuming they're probably doing a French drain with the encapsulation to drain the water.
190 foot.
Yes.
And that's, they're basically doing ditches, if you want to call them drain ditches, to channel that water to go to the sump pumps under the encapsulation.
So that's what
I do understand the concept of the encapsulation, but we're still not solving the issue of the water running through the property. And even with that, I don't know how you sell the house. Even if you tell them it's as is, hey, we don't know when it's gonna happen, but there's the possibility that this pond over here is gonna overflow, it's gonna overflow this ditch, overflow the road, go into your yard and wash out this flower bed, because just as of a few months ago, I was down there watching it happen. And as me being like a homeowner, if I was looking at purchasing a house, there's no way I would purchase that house. And if I did, and I knew that the city sold it to me, I'd probably be in the same mindset as the previous owner. So I feel like I understand the encapsulation part, but we have to solve the main issue, which is the drainage issue within the pond that was created several years ago by this city. It wasn't our fault. It was nobody's fault that's sitting up here. I'm not putting blame on anybody, but it's our job to fix the problem. I understand it costs money. It's unfortunate, but we got to get it done somehow, some way. And I feel like we keep trying to throw Band-Aids on things to get it a little further down the road. At some point in time, we know we're gonna have to spend money on it. We just need to do it. I'm not saying it's, today or even in the next week. I know we're in the discussion of budgets right now, but we have to fix the main problem, because this encapsulation is not going to solve the main problem. The water's still going to be up there. It's still going to be getting up to the foundation. It's still going to be running through the yard, potentially flooding the garage like it's done for the last several years that I've been down there and seen myself, seen the videos, had the phone calls, got the text messages. We need to fix the issue, which is the pond. And once that's done, I feel like that will help us out tremendously, not only for that piece of property, but for every other house that's on that street. Because it's not just that house that has flooding issues within their yard. Other houses along that street, their yards flood because of the problem that was created.
Have you seen when you said you saw it washing out the flower beds several months ago, was that before or after we did the work that we've done?
It was after.
No, it was after.
It was after.
Yeah, I got a video too.
Yeah. It had washed out whatever mulch or pine straw or whatever you want to call it.
All to the front of the yard.
Every bit of it was in the front yard.
Logs come from somewhere.
The previous owner went down there many times and spoke with him, and we all had a meeting with him, and he spoke with us about how many times he replaced stuff within his yard, whether it be, the mulch, the pine straw, whatever, or other items that are household items that got damaged. So I just feel like again, I understand the encapsulation part, but we've got to fix the main issue.
So Joey, you said you've been in touch with another engineer?
Yes.
Yeah, and so like, what's the timeline on
They're
looking at
supposed to
that?
meet in 2 weeks.
Okay, I mean,
Meet
so,
in 2 weeks.
yeah, it would be a little while before we sell the house anyway, so we'll know more after we talk to that
Yeah,
engineer.
yeah,
too.
I'm fine. Just, once again, I'm just putting it out here. It's y'all's decision.
But wasn't there, an engineer that looked at the pond in the past?
Yes, that was GMC.
That was, okay. What was that? They gave us a total.
It was about 3.2 or 3 million, 3.2 million, of which 300,000-ish was for a wetland permit to mitigate wetland, but it was because of the amount of dirt that their engineers were saying was going to have to be removed from the current pond to expand it to capture the amount of water. There's 60 acres of water that's shed to that one spot of right at an acre. So you're taking 60 acres of watershed and combining it into about 1 acre of a pond that tries to capture it. The math ain't math in there. And so they said you've got to expand the pond with the amount of dirt that has to be removed. I want to say it was nearly $2 million just on the dirt work. If I can remember, it's been a few years ago. But to excavate, haul it off, that was a roundabout $2 million, and that was their estimate. So that wasn't a quote that was sent in, that was not bidded out. Obviously, those prices will change. They did tell us that that was a high estimate, so that they were trying to get us prepared. They didn't want to go lowball and it come in higher. So they were estimating around $2 million worth of just dirt work. And then there was replacing pipe and a few other things as well.
Now, is that labeled as a wetland right now?
Part of
According to them, yes.
Part of it.
Part of it is, yes.
And the other engineer, like I said, that civil engineer that looked at it and all, said that you don't have to touch the wetlands.
Yeah, go around.
So you don't have to buy that permit. And he did say it was $300,000 and $400,000 just for the permit, because you have to mitigate it and move it to something else or somewhere else, whatever. So, but anyway, that's good discussion. Anybody else have any other?
What do you think we could get GMC back out here to look at the pond and give us a current?
Yeah,
Estimate?
in 2 weeks, this other civil engineer is
Okay.
looking at it.
Okay,
They, and just, at least we'll have an estimate,
right,
an idea,
okay.
and I can let you guys know what that is. So y'all want to table this for the time being? Is that what y'all want to do?
Are you good with that?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
That was my understanding of it.
So,
I make a motion to table it.
all right, so we'll table. Okay. The next discussion is installation of a commercial grade exhaust hood in building. That's also in your packet. That's for the Southside Landing, for immediate consideration. You've got that quote. Just to let you know, there's one exclusion on the second page, that the electrical connections and plumbing and gas and that few things and all that would be responsible by the tenant. That would not be, but the hood and putting everything in at the amount that y'all see there at 29,403.56 would be the total on, as far as, on the building we own. So open that up for discussion.
So you're saying the tenant would be responsible for the electrical,
Yeah,
plumbing, gas?
according to her contract, anything that's electrical as far as changes and all, that's her responsibility. Like right there, it says, would be installed by others. As far as those three items, your electrical connections, the plumbing, the gas, the roof wall penetrate, they'll supply that. And then the trip breaker wiring and breaker to the box and to the hood, that has to be done. So this other is all the equipment that they will install by their professional installers. And she would be responsible for the connections and the hookup.
I may be wrong on this part. I want to say when this building was built, and I don't remember the exact timeline of actually when it was built, but I remember us having a discussion about putting vents in the building at that time. And we were told there's not enough room within the attic space of this building for that to happen. So has somebody gone out there to look and see that it can be done? Because that was my understanding. the
Yeah,
last time.
this company went out, you can see the exhaust ductwork would be custom built, fire wrapped. You can read that first paragraph.
Okay.
So they have already looked at it. They have quoted everything on here from exhaust fan to the hood, to the fresh air fan, to the fire suppression system. So they've looked at all that, and you can see there, they make saying that their employees are factory trained to install and to service the equipment, and of course, it's got warranty and things like that. But yes, they have gone there, or, Ms. Ramsey has already had them out there to look at it.
And as far as an annual inspection, Nick could probably answer that. Is it an annual inspection every 3 years? Is it annual?
And
Will you guys do that or her?
Yeah, it'd be her.
Oh, it'll be her. It'll be the tenant. Keep saying her, but it could be anybody.
And this, once again, in order for her to have a commercial kitchen, which was one of her goals, it's on them, don't get me wrong, her decision, but by having a grill and a stove and a fryer, you have to have some, suppression system, because you're dealing with grease. Prior to that, it was an oven and it was contained. So an oven worked, you didn't have to have a commercial thing. Y'all don't go ghost on me. Talk to me.
I'm good with it. I mean, I think it's needed, and we keep talking about her, Ms. Ramsey, but, if something happens and she decides to close down, I think it'll make that building more marketable to other restaurants to come in as well.
It will, and I will tell you, Joseph has mentioned to me, about what's going to happen with the bridge, that type of situation, what type of access, the reason why she's in there, and I was very candid with Miss Donna. I don't know what the word access means. They say we're going to have access, but I also will tell y'all this, that we're already another 6 months down the road from being let. They said September, now they're saying at the end of the year. So by the end of the year, y'all, there's going to be a new governor, there's going to be a new director, because Mr. Cooper's going to be gone. I do not know what will happen. I don't have a clue. I mean, we're talking about 35 years of them talking about the bridge. And it just like almost, now granted, it's come a long way and it looks like it's headed there. But if Tommy Tuberville gets in here and he decides he wants to go in the new direction, you know what? We can't control it. So I it's crazy, but so I don't know. I do not know that answer. Because I know that's been questioned. I do know this will make your building, definitely worth more, just because of, that. I don't have any plans getting rid of it. I think it would be a part of an overall scheme thing, and it would work well, down there. But once again, you guys' choice.
Well, it's on the agenda, so I guess we'll vote.
Yeah, I'm good with it.
So
I think we
leave it
should do
on
it.
immediate consideration? Is
Yeah.
that what you're asking me? Okay. Okay. All right, we'll vote on it here in a minute. The next item is going to be the striping project. We've already approved the roads. From what my understanding is that this has happened one other time before. Our engineer gives us prices on roads, and we talked about striping with a thermoblast, which is the glow-in-the-dark stripes and the markers for any road that is over a half a mile. Anything under a half a mile would not have any striping. But during that talks and during that, because he gets paid his fee, engineering fee on paving, this was not put in his quote. It was just the paving. But we have several miles of roads that are 2 miles, 1.6 miles, 1.6 miles, 0.8 miles, 1.4 miles, 0.6 miles, for a total of 42,613. I need, we don't want to pave a road. It's dangerous, and the liability, I'll let, the attorney, for us widening roads like we are and not putting stripes on roads, I don't think that's a wise idea. I'll let the attorney.
No, I think with a half a mile, it's contemplated that people are not going to drive very long. If they do, it's that maybe they're driving at a slower speed, which is wide, which is going to, most whether we increase the speed limit or not, which I'm assuming we're not, it's going to invite people to drive faster. And that road is a dark road, dim lighting in a lot of places. I think it is a liability for people to stripe. I recommend that.
It's definitely, we don't have street lights, and it definitely being an asphalt road and widening things, makes it a little more hazardous for us older people that wears glasses at night. That's all I can say. But anyway, it did come in less, because the bid, believe it or not, when he bid everything, this bid is less. The county bid is less than what it was, so it's several $1,000s less. I did not put that figure in there, but the grand total on it is 42,613, and it needs to be for immediate consideration so we can get a PO, because once the roads are finished, which they're still working on North Cedar Bend, and they're still or they're fixing to start working on Slasham, those roads have to cure before you stripe them. So I don't know that time frame, but that's it's time for us to make that decision to stripe. So as soon as we do that, then we get them a PO, and then when it's done, we pay it. So anyway, for immediate consideration, any discussion?
I think it's a great idea because my wife said if we didn't do anything to Lister Ferry Road, I'm going to be in trouble. Because we use that road regular, and it's at night. It's tough.
It's dark. It's dark. Any other discussion?
I'm fine with the striping. I do have a quick question on Slasham Road.
Uh-huh.
We had that on the list for paving, correct?
Yes, it's it's 1.6 miles.
I know that they're making their way to that point. Do we have a timeline on that?
It's supposed to have started this past week, but I think the weather delayed them a little bit.
Okay.
Now, they've been working on, finishing up
Cedar Bend.
Cedar Bend North, and it's looking really, really good. They've come back and they've, leveled or made the entrances in and out of the driveways more accessible and stuff. So if you run up, you can see they're still not finished, but we're headed in the right direction.
Okay.
We widened it almost a little over 3 foot, so which was great without getting in anybody's mailbox. So it looks really well, and they're doing a great job. If you look at the thickness of it, it's unbelievable. I mean, some places it's 3+ inches in a lot of places. But Slasham is next.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. All right, any further discussion on that? All right, so we'll, I guess it's not on for immediate consideration. Do y'all approve it to be on immediate consideration?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, okay, thank you very much. All right, so old business, we have the new LCG fixed asset, how you like that? Software, that's to keep up with all the assets that we have and all. We talked about that last meeting, so do I have a motion?
Motion.
We got a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
All right. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And it's carried. Thank you. The next item is also old business. It's the state retiree longevity payment. Y'all have that figure in your file. I think it was $45.98. So we talked about that last week. So do I have a motion?
Motion.
Got a motion? Do I have a second?
Second.
All right. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And it's carried. Thank you very much, and thanks to all of our retirees. All right, new business, we have surplus of 2 police vehicles, of 22 trail balls. The last 8 is NZ187598, and a 22 Expedition NEA52831 to surplus those 2 vehicles. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
All right, got a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And it's carried. Okay. Next item is the authorization for the mayor to execute a contract on the police buyout. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
All right, got a motion, second.
I'll second.
All right, got a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And it's carried. The next item is authorization for the mayor to sign the updated participation agreement with the Municipal Workers' Compensation Fund. So do I have a motion?
Motion.
All right, do I have a
Second.
second? All right, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And it's carried. Next item is authorization to execute the contract with the 2 various programs for city taxes. So do I have a motion?
Motion.
All right, second?
Second.
All right, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And it's carried. The next item is tabled. The next item is installation of commercial grade exhaust hood for the south side landing. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
All right, got a
Second.
motion, got a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, it's carried. The next item is going to be the striping on the paving projects, total of 42,613. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
All right, motion is second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And it's carried. The next item was a recommendation on pro tem for Joseph Hudgens to be the pro tem for the city of Southside. So do I have a motion?
Motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All right, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, any opposed? I got to do a roll
Aye.
call, but any opposed?
Aye.
All right, we got 1 opposed. All right, so we'll do a roll call vote.
Y'all ready? Keith Clay,
No.
Jennifer McGriff,
Yes.
Joseph Hutchins,
Thank you all, and yes.
Shane Ham,
Yes.
Okay, so we have unanimous vote, or not a unanimous vote, we have a majority vote. And so congratulations, Joseph. Thank you very much for serving. Let's see. Do I have anything else? Do you see
Public
anything?
comments.
Okay, all right. Just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, public comments? Any comments from the public? All right. Don't you sit over there with your arms crossed. So, okay, no comments. Statements from the council. Mr. Keith Clay.
I don't have anything.
All right, Ms. Jennifer McGriff.
I don't have anything.
All right, Mr. Joseph Hutchins.
First, thank y'all. I do appreciate it, and hopefully I'll do a good job. If not, y'all kick me to the curb and find somebody else.
Oh, we
But-
will.
I know. Also, I had seen a comment, and this is regarding Nikki. When you were speaking, I don't think they could hear you well. Obviously, the mic was causing an issue. The question was, why do we not collect our own taxes? We don't have the resources for that. We're a small city. Our employees are maxed out on what they do right now, so we contract that out to another company who collects those taxes. They have more resources. They have more people. So she had spoke on that. She gave that answer, but I don't think you could hear because she wasn't able to use the mic because it was feeding back. And anyway, just wanted to clarify that.
Okay, thank you very much. Mr. Shane Ham.
Yeah, I'd like to say, give a big thanks to Alabama Grading and Excavating. I know the mayor mentioned it, but if you did get to the fireworks display, I mean, we had people lined up on the bridge. They were in the river. They were sitting on Hortons Bend Road watching it, and I couldn't be more proud to be a citizen of Southside. Because, I mean, we had people from all over the county, even Calhoun County. There's some people from Ohatchee, and actually I spoke to a guy from Lineville, and they couldn't believe the fireworks display. So that makes me very proud, and everyone should be proud that we live in a great city.
Amen. Very well said. Okay, real quick, just an update on police chief interviews. Those interviews were on the 9th. There was only 2 that had basically sent in applications. So, Mr. Hunt and myself, I'm sorry, there was 3 the applications, and then 1 withdrew. Yeah, the day before, because it was 2 people coming out of the same, basically, law enforcement. But anyway, one withdrew. But anyway, they interviewed both candidates were very, very good. They both had good interviews. So Thomas and I will be going through that process and be letting you know the same timeline once we get to all those negotiations figures and determine who it will be. Then I'll make the announcement of who it's going to be. So just want to give you an update on that. Also, we've got Richard here with, Richard, how do you pronounce your last name again? Okay, real easy, right? So, I know, but it's still, for a Southern boy, it's hard, So he just wants to just mention a couple things.
I know it's the end of the meeting, but I want to thank you, Southside, for sponsoring our snow guy, which has gone really well. We're most of the way through the season now.
We're going to get your mic turned on real quick.
Did I not talk loud enough? My
Yeah,
wife
you're
says-
soft-spoken.
My wife says I talk really loud.
He needs it pointed
Thank you for sponsoring Swim Guide. And that's-
Yes, sir.
We're well through the season on that. Thank you for donating the rescue boat to us. And on August 5th, we're also members of the Etowah Chamber, which I think is a great organization. There's a little backstory that I told the mayor, and if he asks him, he'll tell you about how we got around to getting the boat. But we're having a ribbon cutting. The chamber is going to come and do the ceremony for us, and it'll be a Southside landing, 10 o'clock on August 5th, and I'd like you all to come, including the fire department, everybody. Everybody's invited. Just come down. The boat looks totally different now. We had it wrapped with our logo and everything. Looks great. And I want to thank you for that. That's been a great contribution to our work. And finally, this is a really important thing. You may not understand what this is, but this is a PBS documentary frontline story that was done on PFAS, which is PFAS is the forever chemical. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, familiar with it. It does not degrade in the environment. So once it gets into the water, once it gets into our bodies, it's there and it accumulates. This is the story of where it all comes from, which is Dalton, Georgia, started with the carpet industry. They were using this to do things like Scotchgard and spill, clean up, easy spill cleanup on carpet. And for years, and the sad thing about it, to be honest, they knew what was going on. These carpet companies did, and then quit. So this gets in our water, comes all the way down. And it's a problem for water companies that provide public drinking water, because it's very hard to get rid of. You have to go through a special process, very costly to remove. But this is a good documentary film. We're going to have a panel of people, including our own riverkeeper there, that kind of talk to people about it and have a panel discussion. So it's a great film to see. Explains exactly what's going on with PFAS. And again, have an opportunity. We would like public officials to come and be present president understand what this is, because it's everywhere. And thank you very much.
Yes, sir, thank you. We do appreciate it. Yes, sir. Well, I won't be able to. I'll be out next week. I have an economic development convention I have to be to the first few days, so I won't be able to make it and all. But one of these guys hopefully will attend, and we'll encourage everyone to do as well.
Okay, this is July 21st.
Yes, sir.
5:30, we're having a little
Yes, sir,
reception.
at the Pittman.
At the-
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Richard. All right, one other, just a couple more announcements, and then we'll finish up. The next regular council meeting is scheduled on Tuesday, July the 28th at 5 PM here in the chamber. The next planning commission is scheduled for Monday, August the 10th at 5 o'clock. Is that correct? 5 o'clock, here in the chamber. Also, the next Taste of the Town Festival is scheduled for Thursday, August the 13th, from 5 to 8. As well as want to remind you of the Farmers Market every Tuesday and Thursday right here at City Hall from 9 to 2 every Tuesday and Thursday. Also, Feed the Hungry donations are going very well. They're still being collected at Southside Baptist, Rainbow City, also the Rainbow City Library and the Southside Library. The Etowah Baptist Missions is the one that distributes those donations, and it's going very, very well. And finally, one last thing, there's an event that's going on that I want you to be aware of. It's New Life for Women. This is helping women in our community as well as their families to overcome substance use disorders, through compassion and evidence-based treatment and recovery support and all. They are invited, or everyone's invited to their inaugural fundraiser dinner. It's going to be held August the 20th at at the Church of Wills Creek. The special speaker is going to be Beverly Vance Atkins, which this is J.D. Vance's mom. So she's going to be the keynote speaker. It should sell out. If you have any questions on tickets or reserved tables, that number is 256-504-4606. That's going to be Laura King. I think that's one of your friends. You know her? And also, if you want to contact her through email, it's Laura, that's laurifr@gmail.com. We will post that for you. If you have any questions, we'll be glad to pass along that information. So I wanted to make that announcement as well. All right, any other announcements? Everybody's mind's clear? All right, I'll take a motion to adjourn. All right, second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. We are adjourned. Thank y'all very much.